we're talking about the top 15 tips, secrets to that cozy holiday home, how to transition from fall to winter, and all the things I've learned over the years that I think will help you transition your home easier to get you that Nancy Meyers movie look or the Ralph Lauren ad or social media. How did they get that cozy home? We're going to talk about it. Tip number one, layered textures. Layered textures is one of the top secrets to a cozy home. What do I mean by this? Because sometimes like designers will be like, well, just layer or just add texture or just, and you're like, what does that exactly mean? Well, what I'm saying is it's a rug, it's the different blankets you're using, it can be art. Honestly, it can be anything, but you just need different styles. So I'm going to give you an example of what I do because I just feel like it's easier to explain. Okay, so for October, I'd love to start with like a nice base rug. Always the bigger the better, like a nice 9 by 12, 10 by 14, just depending on the size of the room, right? So you start with this nice base layer of like jute or sisal, textured, very textured rugs. Then I'll layer on something like a vintage Persian rug or something with color for the holiday season, of course. And then I will add in my chunky knit throws, some soft linens paired with a leather chair just by the juxtaposition for that textured room to give it that cozy feeling. You can also, like for Christmas, like as we get closer to December, I love to bring in like rich velvets, paisley, plaid, because it just really makes it feel cozy for the holidays. If you have been here, then you know that this is my number one tip for making your home feel cozy and warm. It is lighting. Honestly, lighting can change a room. If you're looking to just like upgrade your room a little bit, add some lighting. And you want not just one light source, you want multiple. What I mean by this, lamps, candles, a pendant light, like don't turn on the big light. Have y'all seen that? Like we never turn on the big light. That is seriously a rule. Because like the warm, cozy lighting that a lamp feels, like it just makes your home feel cozy. What I like to do is I like to add in twinkle lights as we move towards December, but for fall, I like to add in like those tiny cute lamps or maybe some candles at different heights. I like to add in sconces, light pendants, any sort of lighting, different light. You can never have too much lighting. Honestly, this is a secret that everybody uses to making their house feel cozy. Here, I'll give you a little trick. Go into your room, take a little video of the room with all the lights on. Then I want you to turn the lights off, put some lamps in there, and you will notice a difference. Your room will look like 10 times cozier. That is a trick. So add in the candles, add in the lamps, the sconces. You can get these like tiny lamps on Amazon now, and that will just add so much coziness and give it another layer. Let's go to tip number three because we got 15 to get through. Like I said, I like to start with that neutral fall base, and then I like to add in color. How do I do this? I love a paisley blanket because a paisley throw to me transitions better into Christmas than plaid. You can almost keep it out all the way until February or all year, depending on your preference, honestly. Because remember, your home is all about what makes you happy and it makes it feel like you. So just take these tips from me and other designers with a grain of salt because it is your home and you want it to feel like you. Number three is like a neutral fall base with pops of color. You can do this by adding in blankets, florals, art, coffee table books. And then for the cozy seasons, I like the warm colors like think deep red and deep green and leather, just shades of brown. Like this year, I've been really into shades of brown, which like typically I don't love, but lately they have this new like rich brown color and it's almost like a golden and I'm loving it. Like I have this tortoise hand blown glass candle holder and it's just beautiful. And we actually don't use it for a candle. We put in like cute little candies that my mom gets when she goes down to see her mom. There's like a little candy store in East Texas and she gets like those homemade candies. So she'll put them in there during the holiday season. And that to me feels like Christmas and feels like the holidays. So it's just honestly the simple changes and simple things that you make that create season memories. It makes your home feel like the holidays. I mean, it's a home that's lived in and like filled with love. Really, that's the secret. Number four, bring in the outdoors. If you've been here, you know I love this. Go outside, cut down some branches, shake them out, and look for the bugs, okay? Because last year I did bring in, so I learned to bake the pine cones to make sure there's like no little like eggs growing in there. Like I'm keeping it real here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want you bringing in bugs and be like, wow, Peyton told me to do this. No, shake them out, look for the bugs, give them a nice little wash, let them air dry, bake your pine cones, check the little acorns because tiny bugs will grow in the acorns. I brought in a lot last year not knowing this. Make sure you check that. Next, invest in timeless statement pieces. What do I mean by this? When you are on vacation, when you were visiting family, on the way down to see family for the holidays, go in those gas stations, those hole in the walls, the antique stores, and find unique pieces that speak to you. And you can pull these out during the holiday season every year, and that to you and your family will make it feel like the holidays. Like, I know one year for Christmas, we were going down to see, I don't know, a grandparent, and I got this like wooden Santa Claus, and every year I bring it out, and it just reminds me of that. So I think that that's a great way to make your home feel like the holidays for your family. And you can do this with like every time we go on vacation, we get a coffee table book. And this is a nice way to, one, make your decor collection larger, but also it will bring back memories and you can collect these over the years. Like I said, a beautiful, collected, cozy home, it takes years to create. So don't get discouraged when you see these homes. Like, honestly, it is better to do it that way because it will feel like you. When I say invest in timeless statement pieces, I'm saying like coffee table decor. You can switch out some of your glassware for more like festive holiday glassware, like those little wooden pumpkins. I've seen like the tortoise glass pumpkins. I don't typically pull out like a ton of like themed stuff for fall because I'm more of a Christmas girl, but I do love like a tortoise glass pumpkin, and you can use it over the years, like it doesn't rot like the other one. So, but I still like to bring the outdoors in. I'm not going back on that one. Number 6, layered scented candles. So typically you will think, yeah, I know this. Like I bring out my candles every year. True. But what a lot of designers do is that they will use multiple elements to create a layered scent. So what do I mean by this? Like we'll do sandalwood in one room, and then another you might use like a fig scent, right? And then it's about layering. So you have this candle with a room spray, and then I love these little pinion wood things that you can get on Amazon, and they smell like the holidays. I use it year round, but it is that warm, cozy scent. It's pinion wood, okay? There's nothing better to me than the scent of pinion wood and leather. So those are my holiday scents. I might add in some cedar wood, that like balsam fir, balsam, is it balsam? Balsam? Some balsam fir or like cinnamon. And you can get these like hand poured artisan candles now. But yeah, it's all about layering, just like anything else. It's creating a signature scent that you can't just buy in a candle. It's the art of it. Number 8, I think. Mix vintage and modern tableware. So these are like more like small details. So if you have a table that you keep out all year round, like we typically like will eat around the island or on the sofa, if I'm keeping it real with y'all. But I know some people will keep out their dining space, and so I would say incorporate vintage napkins or a vintage runner, or H&M and Zara Home have some beautiful tablecloths that I always get during the holiday season. They're not expensive. Etsy has handmade ones, and I'll be linking all my favorite things too if you just like need somewhere to start. Number 9 is huge statement branches in a vase. So you don't have to do some complicated floral design, honestly. But the bigger, the better when it comes to rugs. And I say bringing the outdoors in. So statement branches in a vase. Use those natural elements as a way to add, one, texture, but two, bring the outdoors in, which will automatically make it cozy. Do not buy new pillows every season. One, that's just gonna like deplete the bank account, and like it's gonna be hard on your card. And I mean, honestly, do what you want. But an easier way is just swap out the throw pillow covers, and you can find these everywhere. There's beautiful options on Etsy, Amazon, all the places. You can buy them vintage. You can switch them out every year. During fall and winter, I love to add in velvets, especially that, like I said, that rich brown color they just came out with, or some paisley, or I love like a holiday toil. I'm so bad at that word. Holiday toil. But yeah, definitely just swap out your throw pillow covers. Okay, so these are some fun tips that I feel like maybe you haven't heard before, which are my favorite tips to give because I love when I learn them, and I'm always loving to share them with you. So, anyways, let's get into it. This is number 12 on the list, but this is number 1 of the niche fun secrets, I guess. Niche velvet in unexpected places. What do I mean by this? Also, I wrote my list out earlier so wouldn't forget anything. So that if I keep going down, that's what I'm looking at. I love to add velvet, but not like a huge velvet blanket. You don't have to add a ton of it, just like placemats or napkin rings or like those beautiful piped pillowcase covers that have just a little bit of velvet, or adding velvet bows, a nice settle bow like on a holiday arrangement. Jill Sharp Weeks is really good at this. Her styling is just, I've learned so much just by looking at her designs over the years because she's so good at it. Like she will add in limes and black beans into her floral arrangements, and it's just like genius. Talk about texture. It looks really great. Anyways, back to the bows. You can time like a little bit, like a little bow around your lamp. Like unexpected places, and these little touches are just like nice ways to add in for the holiday season. Wool blankets, specifically wool. It's really hot here, but if it's not hot where you are, add in those wool blankets. That is so much texture. You can buy them vintage, you can buy them new, you can find them on sale. I mean, like they're really not that much, and then you can get the deep maroons or forest green or like that dark, sexy blue. You know what I'm talking about. Adding them to your living room space is just like an easy way to make your home feel cozy. Leather and brass, baby. This is an underrated combo, okay? Leather, brass, and paisley. I want you to go look at your favorite cozy rooms. I bet they all have those elements in there. Maybe not the paisley, but the leather and the brass for sure. And one of the easy ways to do this is find like vintage brass Christmas bells. I love those. So leather straps around the candles, brass bowls filled with like greenery and some winter fruits. Like this is just an easy way to automatically add in that cozy and warmth to a space. We have a few more dark florals for fall and evergreen for winter. So I love pine cones. I love the combination of greenery and apples. I love chili peppers paired with greenery, like those little chili pepper plants. I love to put them in like a terracotta bowl, and then I will also put like greenery around it, and just the combination is so good and so slept on. Okay, I love ristras. I love to hang them in the start of October, and then it will go all the way into December. We have like a local place that sells them, and they get them from New Mexico, and they're just like so beautiful. And then for our last two is gonna be stacked firewood as decor. Just looks good every time. Firewood hits every single time. And then layering your candle heights. When you're adding in those candles for the lighting, right? Because we're layering our lighting, you want the candles to be different heights, and that's a designer secret. This is for everything. When you're styling a side table, a coffee table, don't make everything just like one height. The trick is to have different heights, have the juxtaposition, it just looks really good. That's all I have for you today, but I will be back this time next week and here all the way through the holiday season. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and I will see you next week. Love you, Mina. Bye.